Hi everyone, I'm Jamie with SavorySaver. I share gluten-free recipes, tips, tricks, and resources to make your gluten-free lifestyle easier. Today we're going to make gluten-free edible cookie dough. It's a Ben & Jerry's Copycat, so we're going to make that and have a tasty little snack. So let's start with the ingredients. I've got 1 stick of unsalted butter that's been softened, so I've left it on the counter for a couple hours and now it's in the bowl ready to go. We have 1 cup of gluten-free flour. It's a blend. It's the Bob's Red Mill is what I'm using, the 1-to-1. I've also heat treated the flour, and what that means is I put it in a bowl, I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, I stirred it around, and I tested the temperature with an InstaRead thermometer. You want to make sure it's up to 165. So the first 30 seconds came out of the microwave, I stirred it, put it back in for another 30, and then tested it, and it was fine. And the 165, what that temperature does is kills any bacteria that's in the flour, potentially. It's a raw substance, so you want to make sure you can kill everything. And since we're not cooking this, or baking it rather, we want to make sure we get any of that taken care of. We also have 1 cup of packed brown sugar. I'm using light brown sugar. If you use dark brown sugar, that's fine too. Just remember it's going to change the taste a little bit. I also have 2 tablespoons of half and half. You could also use heavy cream or whatever milk you have at home. I've got half a teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you guys are eating this raw, so use the good stuff, the pure vanilla extract, as opposed to the imitation, although that will also work. And I've got a half cup of the mini chocolate chips. They're smaller than the original ones, of course, so I think that we're gonna get more chocolate in every bite. So let's put these ingredients off to the side until we need them and get started on this. It's only gonna take a few minutes. So first, what we wanna do, we got our butter in here, and we, just like in regular baking, we're going to cream our brown sugar and our butter together until it's blended all up. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to get that smooth. I'm going to scrape down the bowl, and we'll blend it up a little bit more. You could also use your big stand mixer if you have one of those to do this and make it a little quicker. If your butter is nice and soft, there's no reason you can't do it by hand. It'll take a little bit longer, but don't worry about having any of the typical equipment if you have a smaller kitchen, because it is totally doable by hand. Okay guys, so we've got our brown sugar and butter creamed together. It's nice and smooth. We've been blending it for a couple minutes. Now what you want to do is we want to add our milk, half and half rather, our salt, and this is just a little salt. If you don't want to add it, don't add it, but it will help intensify the sweetness. Salt brings out sweetness. Our teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to blend everything again. And get in there and look around, make sure everything's blended well. It looks like it is. Now we're going to put our flour in. Get all of that incorporated in. Start off slow so you don't have flour in the kitchen, and then you can pick up the pace a little bit. Make sure it's well blended. Once you have all that mixed up nicely, we're going to add in our chocolate chips. With the chocolate chips, you can either give them a quick mix with this, or you can just fold them in. I think I'm just gonna fold them in by hand. See that? We've got those mini chips are doing a nice job of getting spreading around. Half a cup of chocolate chips isn't enough. You could add some more to taste. Let's get this off our beaters as best we can. Okay, so we've got all this mixed up. We are now going to get this scooped onto our cookie sheet. I've just taken a piece of wax paper and put it down across the bottom so nothing sticks to it. Wax paper, similar to parchment paper, not as expensive. I'll use this for something like this because I'm not going to bake it, so it doesn't need to be in the oven, so you're not going to have it melt or anything. So I would choose that, but you could also use parchment paper. I'm going to use a 1 tablespoon cookie scoop, and it's going to make it a whole lot easier to scoop this out. So you just want to scoop them out onto here. That'll individually portion them. Okay guys, so I've got all of these scooped up and ready to go. You could totally put it in a bowl, put a lid on it, put it in the fridge and call it good. I've got them proportioned out now, so maybe I can control myself when I eat them. But I'm going to put these in the fridge for a little bit to set up, and we'll show you what they look like when that's done. Hey guys, we're back. Our cookie dough has been in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour. Anywhere in there, I think you're good. We just want that butter to set up a little bit and to firm everything back up. You could totally eat this right after you make it. It's going to be nice and soft, and then it's going to firm up in the fridge like cookie dough typically does when you put it in the fridge. So I've everything scooped out. They're individual portions, and let's give this a try. So you can see we got chocolate chips in there. So they kind of melt in your hands because of that butter. I think those mini chocolate chips work really well in there. I think they're better than the big chocolate chips because I think there's more distribution. They just melt in your mouth once you take a bite because of that butter and that sugar. I think it's good. I think you could do a few things with this. I think it would be good in a bowl of ice cream. You could have your cookie dough ice cream that you don't normally get because the stores, last time I checked, I don't think I've ever seen gluten-free cookie dough ice cream at the store. So if you guys have, leave it down the bottom for everyone so we know what you're finding. So I think that's all we have for today. I think I'm gonna finish this video up and have a few bites of these. You can follow me here on YouTube, so please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You can also find the full recipe at my blog, SavorySaver.com. I'll link down below in the description to that, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.